Hello, friends. Welcome to Heidi's Colorful Colorado. I'm your host, Heidi Ganal, a wife, mom of four, CU Regent, and the founder of Camp Bow Wow and the She Factor. With a passion for keeping the spirit of our state alive and well, I started this podcast to bring the people of Colorado together to celebrate the amazing state we call home. Come along on this journey with me as I travel across our old country roads in my vintage RV, interviewing folks that embody the true spirit of the Rocky Mountains. From the Front Range to the Mile High City to the Wild West of Southern Colorado, we'll celebrate the history, beauty, and Coloradans that make this place the colorful state it is. Each week, you'll meet people trailblazing the way for an even more colorful future for us all, making a huge difference along the way. Are you ready for a Rocky Mountain ride? Let's do this, Colorado. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Heidi's Colorful Colorado. Today, you're in for a treat. We traveled up the road, up I-25, and a little bit east to Greeley, Colorado, where I'm hanging out with Thomas Roche of Roche Construction, one of the most infamous family companies in Greeley, Colorado. So welcome, Thomas. It's great to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you. Super excited to do this. Absolutely.
And we were going to do it in the trailer, but a huge hailstorm is flying through right now.
Yep.
So we have your beautiful conference room and all of your awards behind us. This is a great environment.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about your family's company and how you got involved.
Absolutely. So this is our 50th year in the industry. My grandfather, Patrick, this is actually his birthday today. He passed away before I was even born in a plane accident. So I never met him, but he started this company after he moved his family here from California, realized that he wanted better for his family. So he started Roche Constructors, and this is our 50th year on December 2nd. My father is the current CEO, and I am third generation inside the company. My brother AJ also works for us. And we were a mid-sized contractor that has our headquarters in Greeley, an office in Westminster, Colorado, and then an office in Las Vegas, Nevada as well.
And I know you guys work on some really special projects in Colorado. What are some of your favorite ones that you've done?
There's a lot of really cool ones and niche ones as well. We're working in Blackhawk right now for the city of Blackhawk, redoing Gregory Street for them, which is kind of the entrance to the town if you come down. We had to relocate historical houses that were built in the 1900s, and there was no foundation on them. So we lifted them, poured a foundation, put a brand new retaining wall in, and then put the houses back where they were, widened the road, and built a beautiful pavilion. That is just a niche market for us. Never done anything like it, might not ever again, but it is just a wonderful job for us with a great client of Blackhawk as well. Other things that are really neat are doing really cool middle schools and elementaries these days. They aren't just square buildings or rectangle buildings anymore. They're designed like a mall. The hallways are curved. They follow confluences of the rivers. They make the wind flow through them. So no job is simple and just a rectangle. It is just, it's like a museum doing some of these. It's art to architects, and we love building them.
It must be cool to drive around Colorado and kind of as you're going somewhere on a vacation and seeing a building that you guys invested your heart and soul into and built the community around.
Right. Yeah, I remember growing up, my dad would point at buildings as we drove around Greeley and the Denver area and say, oh, we did that. And now with my younger kids, I'm telling them what we've done as well. And it's actually crazy to think, going back to the 70s, all the buildings we have done in Greeley and all the projects we have done. It's insurmountable that, I get to look back and look what my family has accomplished in these 50 years and hopefully what I can continue doing for the next 50.
I had this conversation with my little daughter who's 9 about Camp Bow Wow and building that legacy. Yeah. Sold it a few years ago, but she told me, hey, I want to start a dog hotel. And I'm like, well, I can help you with that. And she said, I don't need your help. I'm good.
Why do I need mom, right?
Yeah. So what's that like working with your dad and your family?
Yeah.
I had a little bit of a taste of that with Camp Bow Wow with my dad, my mom, my aunt, my uncle, my brother. We all worked together. Yeah. Sometimes I spent more time working on keeping the family relationships going than I did the business.
We work super well together.
Good.
I don't know if I've been working here for 9 years now on salary. Before that, my dad never paid me, but that's okay.
Child labor laws.
Free college.
Okay, got it.
No, we work really well together. We haven't had a rift in 9 years where we disagree on something and it has caused an issue, either work-wise or personal. Between my brother AJ and I and my dad, we work really well together. And I couldn't be more proud of the way we handle conflict when it does come up, and the way we all have the mutual goal of growing the company and making sure that our employees are getting a check every week and making sure they're going home safe. So.
Talk a little bit about COVID and how you dealt with that. and how you took care of your employees, because I know that was a real high priority for you.
Right. Well, we're also proud to say we never took a day off from COVID. This office was open the whole time. We never sent anyone home. We did have some people that were higher risk that we gave them the opportunity to take their laptop home and work from home. But we are proud to say that we did work here every day through COVID. Our job sites were in every state we worked in, were known as critical work, or whatever the governor's called it, right? So we never stopped working on job sites, but we did have hurdles that we had to go over. The mask mandate wasn't a big hurdle for us. People, if they had to wear it for the jurisdiction they were in, they did that just to keep working. Okay, we did give people stickers in their car or pieces of paper that said they are critical work, so they didn't get pulled over because we were worried about that. But some of the biggest hurdles were in the state of Nevada, where OSHA was deployed for COVID policy from the governor. So OSHA typically comes out to job sites and does safety inspections, but this time they were doing COVID. So they would see two people on a scissor lift going up the side of a building to do something, and if they were too close in a scissor lift, we would get a fine right then, even if they were wearing all the proper PPE. So that was tough on us there, because most jobs you need two people to do in construction. If you're on a scissor lift, it's not just one man. If you're putting up a big piece of sheathing on the side of a building, it needs four hands, not two.
Sure.
So it created a lot for us, and we were doing all the proper PPE, but it didn't matter. So we started doing all COVID checks every morning, temperature checks, doing all of our logs. We have hundreds of logs now on COVID stuff that hopefully we never have to look at or ever have to do again. But we made sure that everyone was safe. We made sure that our job sites were safe with disinfectant. We stocked up on it like everyone else did and helped with the shortage. But now we're back. We don't have any COVID policies, thank goodness, and we're just cruising. So we're thankful to be out of it at this point.
Colorado's booming, isn't it?
It is crazy.
And tell us a little bit about what's happening in the industry right now.
Construction's in a weird spot. Well, there's a lot of industries that are in a weird spot because of it, but there's material shortages that have caused prices to just jump through the roof. Lumber up 14,000%. Not that much, but you know what I'm saying.
A lot.
Yeah. Can't go buy a 2x4 anymore. Can't go buy a sheet of plywood at Home Depot. They're scarce. And a lot of it was people were seeing the shortages coming and they were starting to hoard the materials. And they would sell it at their rate, and it was causing more of a price demand at that point. So a simple job we could have done, 5 years ago for $150 a square foot is now $250 a square foot.
Oh, my goodness.
Prices are jumping through the roof, and projects aren't stopping, though. That owners and developers are still going. They're still wanting to build. They're optimistic for the state of Colorado for sure. And so that gives us great hope. And actually, I'm starting to see prices come down on wood as of the futures this morning. We're starting to see steel level off. Now, that doesn't mean it's getting here any faster because there's still a shortage, but that's a very, very good thing for the whole economy.
So, Thomas, tell me a little bit about growing up in Greeley and what it was like and how it's changed over the years.
Yeah. So I was born in Las Vegas because my dad started that office. And I moved here when I was young. And I spent my whole childhood here. And we lived on the most west side of town. Dirt roads to us. It was a neighborhood with cornfields all around us. And now it's almost the center of town.
Oh, my gosh.
And it's crazy how we used to have to go to Fort Collins or Denver to get the meal we wanted. Or we would drive, Denver was only 40 minutes away back then. Now it's an hour and a half, as you saw today.
Yes.
And just seeing the development that's happened and how many national chains have come into Greeley and the growth, and it's always been a top growing community in the nation, and it's just keeping pace with that. The homes that are being built, the multifamily, it's something that we're super proud of to be in this community because we invest ourselves into Greeley, and we feel like it gives back to us for that investment. And we make ourselves, we want to be a great Greeley family forever. And our kids are here and they go to school here. So we want to make the schools better. We want to get the right leadership in the places that we need. So that way Greeley keeps growing for us as well. Absolutely.
Thomas, tell me about some of the challenges you see that you're facing as a business owner, as a dad, as just a community member in Greeley, but in Colorado as well, too.
Yeah, and specifically as a dad as well, I want to see the state go in the right direction for my family. I feel that Greeley, we can be a part of the community to make it go the direction that we feel the community needs to go. But statewide, I feel like there's a lot of different districts that kind of make the state what they want. And there's the population in the middle of the state that controls a lot of what goes through. So I feel that we need to make schooling better for everyone. We need to make housing more affordable. We need to get some people out of apartments and owning their house and starting to invest back in themselves. It is super tough right now to find skilled trades. And I think it goes back to around 2008 when there was a big push to go to college because you'll get a better paying job. You don't need to go out and work in the field and get your boots dirty. And now we're seeing the shortfall from that. We can't find people to staff our jobs. Our subcontractors can't find people. They're saying, yeah, I would take on more work, but I can't guarantee that people are going to show up. With the unemployment benefits right now, on top of people wanting and being told that they have to have a college degree to be successful, we are facing a major shortage. So as Roche Constructors, we're going out working with the school district to hire high school interns to show them what construction is and what they can do and how much money they really can make in this industry without going to college. If they want to go and operate equipment for 3 years out of high school, they can become a foreman in 4 years making $80,000.
Oh my gosh.
Tell me, how much debt can you pay off with $80,000 3 years after high school? Or how much debt are you going to have after 4 years of college and you're doing the same job because there's nothing else out there?
Yeah, that's something that I've talked a lot about, even as a regent and representing CU. Absolutely, kids that want to be doctors, engineers, et cetera, should go get a 4-year degree and above. But there is a place for vocational training and for, coding and just very creative, out-of-the-box training that's happening in industry right now.
Right.
So what do you think the best way, or how do you guys do it at Roche to get into the classroom or to teach kids about these careers?
Absolutely. So we have a program at CSU and Pittsburg State, which that's my school. I'm an alumni of Pittsburg State in Kansas. Go Gorillas. So we kind of give back through going and doing company presentations. We let the kids know what we do offer as an employer, the benefits of working at Roche, a family-owned company where it's an open-door policy. We really let them know that if they stick with the industry at the university level or the high school level, if they stick with the industry, it's going to bode well for them, and they're going to see a great life for themselves as well. Yeah. Absolutely.
What do you think the future of is for construction? Like, are there any cool jobs that are evolving or coming out? Like, we were talking the other day about a bio trash engineer, or these crazy jobs of the future that are happening. Is there anything like that in construction?
There's people trying neat new things all the time. All the time, people are coming out with technology. In a couple different Asian markets, they're 3D printing houses right now.
Oh my gosh.
So we'll see if that ever comes over here and is profitable. But as far as neat new things in the construction industry, there isn't, a market that's booming out that is really taking over, or someone that's, changing the game. A lot have tried, but at the end of the day, you do need people to do skilled labor to have quality work. Yeah. So there was a recent contractor that was supposedly going to take the industry by storm, and they built manufacturing plants, and they said they were going to start building all their stuff in a plant and then ship it to the job site and stand it up. They were open for 5 years, and they just closed the doors last week.
Oh, wow.
So it didn't work out, and so maybe the construction industry is not ready for stuff like that yet, or the fancy tech part of the world isn't ready for construction yet, and we pride ourselves in having our guys do the work, though. Absolutely.
Well, you guys have such an incredible reputation, and you're such wonderful partners to this community. Tell us a little bit about why you love Colorado. Like, when people out of state ask you, what's the spirit of Colorado, or why do you live there? What do you love living here for?
Well, Colorado, going out of my front door every day, I see the Front Range. I get to see the mountains, which is just unbeatable. I lived in Kansas for 4 years, and I never saw a mountain, which stunk. So seeing that is just amazing. And then seeing that we have all 4 seasons as well. I love telling people that we have, in the spring, sometimes we'll have 4 seasons in 4 days.
That's a great way to say it.
Right? I mean, it's crazy. We'll go from snow all the way to a beautiful summer-looking day to rain, and then a fall day where it's 60 degrees again. It's amazing here. And then the opportunities that Colorado has for people growing up, right? I mean, we have all the sports teams in Denver. We're hopefully getting a minor league baseball team in Windsor, which would be awesome for the families around here. And then everything that you can do in the mountains. Yeah. It's not only summer, it's not only winter, it's season round. You can make it to the mountains in an hour, and you're doing a lot of fun activities. You're out hiking, mountain biking, snowboard, skiing, whitewater rafting, It is just amazing here. And every intern that we bring from out of state, they don't ever want to go back.
Yeah,
it's just such
true.
a different world in Colorado compared to Texas, Kansas, Nevada, California. So,
Yeah, I feel like we still have the spirit of the wild, wild west here, like this rugged individualism.
Right.
And I don't think people want to lose that.
No.
I think we've got to fight hard to preserve that and to teach future generations about what made this state so amazing.
Absolutely.
And that's partly why I did the podcast, because I want people that are new to the state to hear stories, the stories of people who've been here a long time and seen this state transform in good ways and bad. But I really appreciate you being here and telling us your story.
Yeah, absolutely. This is fun.
Okay, so I want to end on the question that I ask every person that I interview. It's a fun one. What's the most Colorado thing you've ever done?
Oh, I'm going to keep this rated for everyone today. I'm just kidding. No, hands down snowboarding. I would snowboard 50 times a year growing up. The school that we went to before middle school, we had no Mondays on school. So my mom would take us up every Sunday night, and we would snowboard every Monday. I got myself skilled enough to hurt myself a lot, so it was a lot of fun. And I have so many memories on the mountain. And I've already been taking my kids up. They're under 5. They already got on their snowboards. They're doing it. And I think one thing, if you talk to someone from around the world, say Colorado, they think of skiing and snowboarding, right? And I think that is my most Colorado thing, is getting up on the mountain and just shredding downhill.
Oh my goodness, I've tried snowboarding, and maybe it's just I'm an old dog trying to learn a new trick, but I've never been more bruised in my entire life.
It's the best.
It was fun, but it took me about a week to recover.
No, it's the best. Absolutely.
I think I'll just watch my kids from the lodge with a hot chocolate and enjoy the views.
There you go.
Well, thanks so much, Thomas. I look forward to staying in touch and hearing more about what you're doing in the construction world in Colorado. And just blessed to have such a wonderful family in the community up here in Greeley.
Yeah, well, thank you. This has been a lot of fun. Hopefully we can do something like this again soon. I enjoy podcasts. I listen to them a lot. So I really appreciate you coming down and doing this.
Yes, and hopefully this storm will blow over soon. It's still coming down hard.
Yeah, I can hear it. I don't know if you guys can, but it is coming down really loud when you open those doors.
Good old Colorado.
That's right.
That's how it rolls.
That's right.
Thank you for joining us today on Heidi's Colorful Colorado. If you enjoyed this conversation, don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe. And definitely follow me on Instagram to keep up with my latest adventures. In the meantime, happy trails from me, Heidi Ganal.